Hello there, Scorpio, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm doing your November love reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies in your romantic love life with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for some more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's see what we have here. So Scorpio, happy birthday. I'm using the Sacred Soul Travelers cards to get started because, Scorpio season is about trying to become the best version of ourselves. And so I feel like, that really comes from the soul level. So I love these cards, especially during your season. So let's see what we have here. Desert Passage. Trust there's a divine plan. So for some of you, you could be single or have been single for a light. Oh, first light, beginning a new cycle. Really nice. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you may have, just been alone for a while. Whether, you just didn't have time for love or just didn't want to be involved, or, you just felt like there was nobody coming on your path. So let's see what we have here with the Wisdom Oracle card. That is changing though. I love that. And right in your season, Never Ending Story, by the book, and why. Loyal Heart on the bottom. Okay, so Cancer. I just said Cancer, and one of the reasons is because they had this on. They had this too on the bottom of their deck. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, but you don't have to be. And truth be told, it's about, telling yourself the truth of what it is that you want out of a romantic relationship. So this card, Never Ending Story, I feel like you have gone through maybe, one relationship after another, or if you've been in a relationship for a long time, one cycle after another, where the same pattern keeps showing up. And so you could have, ended a relationship with somebody and have spent some time kind of like by yourself, like thinking, okay, what is the pattern here? Why do I have this pattern? And trying to manifest something different into your life. But the question that you really have to ask yourself is why? Why is it I want something different? Why is it I'm asking for this one thing and I keep getting the same thing over and over again? I want this, but I'm not getting this. Or, it's not coming exactly the way I want it. And it's about looking really close at the patterns in your relationships. And sometimes, a romantic relationships are very similar to our family, friend, work relationships. Look at all of your relationships and ask yourself, what's the common thread here? And then trying to figure out why that common thread occurs. That is so much of a Scorpio type of energy, transformation here on the bottom. Like you're really trying to get to the crux of the of the issue, right? Well, the crux of the issue is really the lesson that you're trying to learn, the soul lesson. So let's go ahead and go to, we're going to look at your past and present energy, your area of resistance, and the obstacle. And advice from Spirit, but I'm going to start with the soulmate cards and then we'll clarify with the tarot. So let's see what your past energy is. Mystery, magic, intrigue, suspense. You're entering unknown territory. Yeah, I think you've been on this journey for a little bit. This is very much that desert passage. Look at how similar those two are, right? You're not really sure. Why am I on this path right now? You're on this path because there's a pattern that you are looking at. There is something here for you to take away, a lesson to learn, something to, a wound to heal. You're asking the question why? Why am I on this path? Why am I alone? Why, why is it that everyone I date is controlling? Okay. Or why is it I can't get past 6 months with somebody? There's something there. There's definitely a sense of trying to figure it out. Now, that's your past energy. So let's see where you are now. Potential, fulfillment, risk, achievement. Your potential is limitless. I'm getting the sense that maybe you had some, in the past, you had some issues with choosing people that didn't value you. You had some issues with perhaps self-worth from, childhood or something. You had to work on that because now you're seeing the potential in yourself. You're seeing the potential in love situations. For some of you, you may have even felt like love never lasts. You may have had a belief system that love doesn't last because, maybe your parents got divorced, or, you had relationships that never made it a year. You just had this energy that, oh yeah, love doesn't last. Like, here today, gone in 6 months. That type of energy. And you've been alone for a while, and maybe you figured out why you feel that way. Well, my parents divorced, so I feel like love can't last. Something like that, because now you're seeing a different potential in love relationships. It could be that you just kind of like turned on love and was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. So let's see what your obstacle is right now. Fresh start. You cannot find a fresh start. New opportunity. Release the past. Yeah, you're having a hard time. I feel like you have done a lot of work, Scorpio, but you may be having a hard time releasing something from the past. And we're going to clarify that. We'll clarify what that possibly could be. You're really wanting, I feel like you want a fresh start. But you cannot get the fresh start to come in. And it's because you do have to release something from the past. Yeah. You feel left out in the cold. Your answers arrive in winter. So this is actually your advice, which is kind of interesting. So the winter is right around the corner. But it is about feeling, I have a sense that perhaps some of you have had abandonment issues in the past. Beliefs. Yeah. Similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. And unawakened. The person that you're dealing with could be unawakened. We have offer underneath that. Let's go ahead and clarify. I get a sense that for some of you, if you're in a relationship or you have had a recent relationship that may have ended, the conflict in your relationship could stem from abandonment issues that you have, possibly from childhood or a previous romantic relationship, or you can even get that type of, say your mother and father got divorced when you were very young, and then, your mother may have, okay, I'm not going to blame the mothers. We'll put it on the father this time. May the father said, yeah, love never lasts, They may have explained it to you that way. You may have been young. So you grew up with a belief system that love never lasts. I'm just kind of using that as an example. So when you have a belief system like that, then every experience you have in your life, you use as a litmus test, if you will, to prove that belief system. So, perhaps, your parents got divorced when you were 6. And then when you were 8, your best friend moved to a new town. And so you were like, oh yeah, see, love never lasts because my best friend just moved, so you chalk that up. And then, when you were in middle school, you had your first crush or whatever, or maybe your first boyfriend or girlfriend, or, and then it was kind of like, yeah, well, in middle school, they never last, right? So, but, okay, yep, that proves that again. You could have had a pet that passed away or a grandparent that passed away. Yep, see, love never lasts. So every experience that you had in your life, you use to prove once again your belief system that love never lasts or people abandon me, right? I mean, love never lasts is another way of saying people always abandon me. And so I feel as though this is like coming to a head because you're tired of this pattern showing up in your life and you're not really sure why it's showing up in your life. And it's about taking this time to say, wait a minute, where did this come from? Because this is a belief system that you have outgrown, except that you're still living in that belief system. Okay, so your soul knows this is something you need to shed. It's kind of like, like a snake sheds a skin. This is a belief system you need to shed, whatever it is. And it's about going back, almost, like going back in time, right? And looking at why you may have this belief system. It's almost as soon as you realize why you have the belief system, you're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, like I've been living my whole life on this belief system that isn't true at all, And it's kind of like the switch turns and it gives you this fresh start. So let's go to the tarot and clarify these. Really interesting because Scorpio, I think you're like really on the verge of some self-discovery about yourself. Yeah, trying to find balance. Seven of Swords, you're holding back something. Either that or you feel like everybody around you is deceitful. So your belief system could be something about people always lie. You can't trust other people. People always lie. Something like that. You're on this journey right now to bring your belief systems back into balance. Back into almost like reality. Yeah, really, this is also about your divine masculine and feminine, about trying to bring yourself. All of us have divine masculine and feminine within us. It's not about gender, it's about the energies of the divine feminine and masculine. And the divine masculine is about career and material goods and building businesses and wealth. And then the divine feminine is about nurturing and love and taking care of the home and that type of thing. So everybody has both of them within ourselves, but those have to be in balance also in order to be in a balanced romantic relationship. And I feel like you have something out of balance within your own divine masculine and feminine. So you could be I'll just, give you one scenario. If you feel like you may have like abandonment issues or love never lasts, then you also may have a very strong divine masculine, because the divine masculine is about, independence and freedom, and I'm going to build, my wealth, and this is all for me, or, whatever, I'm kind of exaggerating here, but if that relates to you, if you've been really very much of a career type person, building your wealth, when you get into relationship, you don't, you kind of put up the boundaries, like, yeah, this is my free time. I need my free time. I need my me time, kind of controlling all of that. We all need our own time to ourselves. I'm not saying that you don't need that, but sometimes you can get a little bit controlling about it, right? If that's the situation, then it's about you stepping more into your divine feminine. If your divine masculine is very much in control right now, being more nurturing. loving, putting, being, just sharing more of your heart with others. And seeing how that can potentially lead to a more harmonious relationship. Because if you think, I mean, we do need to have our own friends and activities outside of a romantic relationship. But you also need to have that time with your partner, right? So some of you could be a little bit, just looking at that, the divine masculine and feminine. There's also a lot of information on YouTube and the internet about how to bring those back into balance. I feel like that's part of it. Okay, so let's see what this potential is. Yeah, look at that. Chills, right? You have the potential here of a true loving relationship. True loving relationship. And what could be happening is that if this person's not in your life, they're coming in very quickly, because look at this, okay? It's about taking a look, one last look at your patterns, and allowing yourself to have a fresh start with this person. I think I've said this on the channel before, but maybe not. You haven't seen one of those videos. I used to be a teacher. One of my favorite things about being a teacher is at the beginning of the school year, everybody gets a fresh start. The teacher, the kids, the parents, the administration, everybody gets a fresh start. And as a teacher, I would say to previous teachers of my students, I don't want to hear any of the stories about what happened last year or how, how horrendous or good or what. I don't want to hear any of that. Like, they get a fresh start. I get a fresh start. So all those stories they've heard about me, yeah, I want them to, put those to the side. Like, I feel as if you have to give yourself a fresh start and allow your relationship to start from a fresh start. Don't bring the baggage of past relationships or past belief systems to this relationship. It's about allowing this relationship to have a fresh start. Yeah, for some of you, here's the moon on the bottom. There are things that you don't understand. I think some of you have somebody coming back from the past. With the judgment card, that is a sign of somebody coming back from the past, wanting a second chance. Or it could be that you want a second chance with somebody in the past. Like, you could have learned this lesson. You could have taken a big look at the why, and you're like, yes, okay, if I could do that over, I would do blah, blah, blah. It's about learning the lesson and then choosing. Here's the thing, choosing to, you've learned the lesson. Scorpio, I think you've learned the lesson, or you are on the verge of understanding the lesson you needed to learn. And it's about choosing to go on this fresh start with yourself, about putting the things in the past, keeping those in the past, like going, yes, I've learned that lesson. Okay, now that can stay there. I'm ready to pick up a new belief system. Love lasts forever. People will be with me. People stay. Whatever it is, it's about stepping into that energy. Okay, and winter, yeah, you had the Justice. King of Pentacles on the bottom. What's underneath that? Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. Yeah, you're worried about money. I feel like for some of you, you're worried about money. You're staying in, I really feel like no matter what gender you are, you're staying in your divine masculine. It's about bringing the masculine and feminine into balance. I think for some of you, your counterpart is ready for you. It's like your love is ready for you. It's about, are you ready for them? Truth be told, are you ready for them? Are you truly ready for them? Have you balanced out your masculine and your divine masculine and feminine? Are you choosing to go in a fresh start? Are you choosing to leave behind this belief system from the past that does not, it's a skin you need to shed. It really is. Yeah, you're on the cusp of something new. You, yeah, you're on the cusp. You definitely are. Separation, let your friends help you retreat. Let go of control issues. Yeah, for some of you, you're trying to control something, and it's coming from your sense of fear based on a belief system. People always leave, right? I just keep coming back to that. It doesn't have to be that belief system, but if your belief system is love never lasts, people always leave, something like that, right? It's about not allowing that belief system to go with you into your next relationship. It's about, no, that belief system stays in the past. Because if you want to take that if you take that belief system with you to your next relationship, what's going to happen? They're going to leave because you are acting accordingly to the fact that they will leave. So your actions are actually going to cause that belief system to happen in your next relationship. Just keeps repeating the pattern. You're expecting them to leave. So guess what? They are going to leave. For whatever reason, and it's really because you're manifesting. Here we have, by the book, this is the manifestation card, right? You're manifesting that they're going to leave because that's what you keep saying in your head, whether you realize it or not. Oh, love never lasts. People always leave. Yep. And then guess what happens, right? So it is, separation is here. And I'm also being told you need to separate yourself from this belief system that you have. And let your friends help you. Like perhaps when you're in a situation where you feel like, when the fear monster kind of rears their ugly head, it's about looking the fear monster in the eyes and just saying, no, they are not going to leave. This is going to last. This is a relationship that is good for me. And of course, you want to look at the red flags. If it's not good for you, you do move on. But it's kind of allowing yourself to see the potential in love, in a love situation, instead of expecting the worst. Wow. We've all been there. We've all been there. Overthinking can spoil the magic. That's what you're doing. You're just overthinking. You're overthinking. Your overthinking is based on your fears around some belief system that you have. And then it spoils the magic, right? Because you're actually manifesting the thing that you say you don't want. You are the light. You are living poetry. Yeah. It's about stepping into your own self-worth and realizing, oh, look at this. Make a mission statement for your soul. I like that one. It's about stepping into your own self-worth. Realizing, yeah, people want to be with me, or okay, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. I think when it gets down to it, Scorpio, you need to love. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need to do is love yourself, love the people you're with, love the situation. Realize that love is not fleeting. Love can last. And it's almost like, I wish I could reach out and give you a big hug. I feel like you're in this situation where you feel as though you don't deserve love, or love's not for you, something like that. It is for you. And here it is. It's talking about loving the situation, loving your life, loving yourself. Because in the end, that's all we really have. You know, we have a lot of, you might be hiding behind your career or making money, right? Because this keeps popping up. You may feel like your worth is really tied more to money and how much money you make than just who you are as a person. You are light. You are light. It's about you recognizing your light, your joy, your happiness, your spirit, and putting it out into the world. That the money it is just it's part of it, but it's not who you are. It's not who you are. Yeah, I feel like that could be part of the belief system that you need to leave behind. Sorry, I had to change my battery. I think there's something here about your value and what you may feel like you bring to a relationship. It may mean, you may have on some level a feeling that what you bring to the relationship is in material things and not so much who you are as a person. So it's kind of interesting. But this is what's holding you back from true, intimate love, right? Where you know, if you hide behind money or you put the money first in some way or material goods, that has nothing to do with love. There's love and there's money. And, you know, I know some people say money can buy love, but that's really not true. That's really not true. All right, Scorpio. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. And if you did enjoy this message or resonate with it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.